Heavenly Father, we come again just to thank you. Lord, we come thanking you for being such an awesome God, Lord. For a God that loves us so, Lord. Lord, that you care about us, Lord, that you say that we can cast all of our cares upon you because you care for us, Lord. And we thank you for it this morning, Lord. And Lord, your word said that you are a shepherd and we shall not want, Lord. And we thank you right now, Father, for meeting all of our needs, Father. Lord, we thank you right now, Father, for having a roof over our heads, Father. Food on the table, Lord. Clothes on our backs, Lord. Shoes on our feet, Lord. And Father, we thank you right now for having a sound mind, Lord. Not only a sound mind, Lord, but a mind to serve you, Father. And we thank you for it this morning, Lord. And Lord, we just stand right now, Father, in the gap for those that are sick in their bodies this morning, Lord. Lord, we ask that you touch them right now, Father. That you move in their bodies right now, Lord, as only you can, Father. And Lord, we just thank you right now for healing, Lord. Father, heal stomach aches right now, Father. Heal headaches right now, Father. Heal broken hearts right now, Father. Heal as only you can, Father. And we thank you for it right now, Father. Lord, we ask you to bless for those that are in the hospital right now, Father. Move in every doctor, Lord, in every nurse, Father.
Glory, the glory of the Lord, rise among us. Let the glory of the Lord rise among us. Let the praise of our King rise among us. Let it rise. Let the songs, oh, let it rise. Let the songs rise among us. Let the joy of our King rise among us. Let it rise. Sing, oh, oh, oh. Let it rise. Yeah, let's let it rise. God deserves all the praises. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. I worship you. I worship you. I worship you. I worship you. If he's made a way for you, come on, sing with us. Sing. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. Tell him again who he is to you. All over this house, tell him, hey. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, he's the light in the darkness.
his might. And David was wearing a linen ephod. So David and all of the house of Israel brought up the ark of the Lord with shouting and with the sound of the trumpet. Verse 13 again said, and it was when those bearing the ark of the Lord had gone 6 steps or 6 paces that he sacrificed oxen and the fatted sheep. If I was going to use a topic on today, it would be celebrate your middle. Come on, tell your neighbor, celebrate your middle.
Celebrate your middle.
Celebrate your middle. One of the things about celebration is that all of us like celebrating. How about y'all? Do y'all like to celebrate? We do. Like, we are people who love to celebrate. And there's 2 places that we definitely celebrate. We do celebrate beginnings. And we like to celebrate endings. Those are celebrations. But not many of us like to celebrate the middles. The middles ain't so much fun. Couples, when they get the word that the wife is pregnant, they've gotten the test back, and the wife is pregnant, they celebrate that they're about to have a baby. Yeah. They have a celebration, and everybody's happy, and they're telling everybody that's the beginning, and they're happy about it. And then they also celebrate the end, when the baby get ready to be born. Okay. They celebrate it, and when that baby is born, they call everybody, and they tell them, and they come over and say, come see little man. Come see my little princess. They have a celebration, but I'm sure that every mother in here, if you have birthed a child, is the middle that you don't feel like celebrating. It's the middle that your body changes, that things hurt that ain't never hurt before. It's the middle when your feet swell up and your nose get big and your things change in your life. Nobody celebrates the middle. There's also a celebration part that we do when little princess and little man finish high school, and then they're getting ready to go to college, and they fill out those applications, and they looking at they got a school that they got their eye on, and finally they get a letter back, and the letter comes back and say, little princess, little man is accepted to the university, and there's a celebration because you know that your little man, that your little princess is on their way. That there's a celebration, and there's also the celebration of graduation day. When little princess and little man then graduated, and they got on their cap and gown, and as parents we standing up there peacock proud. Princess, my little man is about to graduate. We excited about it, but I must say to the students, nobody wanted to celebrate the middle when I was staying up late studying. When you was having to have to go to the library and stay up late and take tests and write all those English 102 papers and over and over and go in the lab and them telling you got one more class nobody want to celebrate
All right. Come on now.
the middle. And also, there's another celebration that we like is when two couples decide they're gonna get married.
Yeah. Amen. Yeah.
That lady got on that beautiful gown and she done got all dressed up and she done let Sister Payne do her face all up and she come through that door and the man standing up there with his tuck on, saying, looking, I'm talking about sharp as don't know what, and she looking beautiful, and they looking into each other's eyes and they saying, I do love you. Yeah, there's a celebration about that, amen. There's a celebration. Matter of fact, the celebration afterwards is called a reception, but really it's just a celebration. We celebrate that. Also, Mr. Roy, they celebrate, the other part of it is on the back end. We celebrate when they've had 60 years and 50 years of marriage and everybody come and the grandchildren come and everybody saying, we want to be just like y'all. We want to be able to have a marriage just like y'all. We want to see 50 and 60 years, but the middle. Nobody wants to celebrate the middle. On them days when you wanted to say, Negro, please. Them days in the middle when you just want to throw your hands up and say, enough is enough. I can't take this no more. Nobody wants to celebrate the middle, but the middle is important. And what God is saying to us today is that one of the things that must happen in our life is that we got to learn how to celebrate the beginning, the end, and then we got to learn how to manage the middle. Amen. Tell your neighbor you got to learn how to manage the middle. You got to learn how to manage. You got to learn how to manage the middles. The middles are hard to celebrate because they're muddy. The middle are miry. The middles can be mentally taxing on you. The middle, in the middle is tough. The middle ain't for the faint of heart. Amen. The middle ain't for the weak. The middle ain't for you if you weak. All right. In verse 5 in our text, it says that they were celebrating. They were playing music and they were celebrating. Amen. I like that kind of celebrating. You know, there's two kinds of celebrating, even in this passage right here. There was that celebrating when they was playing music, and you know there is a celebration before that you celebrate. You kind of just in the groove. And they saying that by saying they played music. Amen. You know, that's called a jazz part. You know what I'm talking about. You playing a little jazz part. The beginning is about the music. All right. But in verse 15, their celebration was a little different. In verse 15, their celebration was about shouting. All right. Let me tell you something. The beginning celebration, watch this, is about the chill part. Watch this. Because you don't know what you're going through. You don't know about the middle. You don't know what's about to go down. You don't know about how God is working even in seasons in your life when you ain't feeling like he's working. You don't know about it, so you just jam into the music. But in verse 15, they've experienced a part of the middle. And now there's a shout. Let me tell you something. You ain't going to get your shout on until you experience some of the middle. Amen. See, the middle will make you shout. Yeah. And you got to keep your middle shout under control. All right. Come on, Pastor. Come on, say in the middle. In the middle. So we got to learn that there is celebration and then there's celebrations and then there's a mission that God has given us. And David being crowned the king of Israel and the chosen one to bring the Ark of the Covenant back to Jerusalem because the Philistines had come and taken in battle. They had defeated Israel and they had taken the Ark of the Covenant away from Israel. And so David was the chosen one to go back and get it. David was on a mission. And so once he got it, and while bringing the Ark of the Covenant back on a cart pulled by oxen, the Bible said that it stumbled, and Uzziah put his hand to steady it. And this angered the Lord, and he smite Uzziah dead on the spot. I said, this is a middle issue right here. I don't know about y'all, but years ago when I read this, and I just could not understand why God would smite Uzziah when he touched the Ark of the Covenant. Why would he kill Uzziah? And I started studying about the Ark of the Covenant, and then I began to get a revelation. Come on, say some revelation. One of the things is important that we get a revelation, and so I got a revelation of what was going on. But sometimes we start doing something in the beginning with good intentions.
That's right.
Let me say that again. Sometimes we start doing something with good intentions, but we don't have a good process. See, remember, we're going to go into our grow season of our church. And so God is saying to all of us is that we've had some good intentions, but you got to make an adjustment in your process.
All right.
Come on, say some adjustments. In verse 8, it says, David got displeased with God. Have you ever got displeased with God because something he did? Come on. Can I get about 3 people that'll just be honest and say, I just did not like what was going on? You know, there are times when you see God doing something and you can't understand it. It hurt your heart, and sometimes there's loss in what he's doing and you can't figure it out. But I'm here to tell you that sometimes there will be loss so you can get your process right.
All right. Amen.
Because it is well. David got displeased with God, and he's in the middle of something, and things hadn't gone the way he wanted it to go. And then he declares, I'm done. Look at verse 8. And David became angry because the Lord's outbreak against Uzziah, and he called the name of the place Perez Uzziah to this day, and David was really mad at God because Uzziah had died, and he said, I'm done. Verse 9, he go on to tell, he said, I ain't finna take it. I ain't taking it. You know how we get. Things don't go our way, I ain't doing nothing.
Amen. You right.
I ain't gonna do nothing. You know how we can do when things don't go our way. You know our attitude. You know how we know how to shut it down. Yeah, we know how to. We know how. David, who also was a man after God's own heart, had shut it down. And he said, I'm not taking the ark into Zion, into David's city. I'm not gonna do it if the Lord's gonna do me like this. Let me tell you something about the Ark of the Covenant. Can I tell you? The Ark of the Covenant had some things in it. One of the things it had in it, it had Aaron's rod. You know the rod that Moses, I know we like to call it Moses' rod, but actually it was Aaron's rod. It was the same rod that you used when they crossed the Red Sea.
Okay, amen.
It was the same rod that Moses had at Pharaoh's place that turned the snake, turned into a snake, and then back to the rod. It's the same rod that God used to show Israel that he was God. It was in the Ark of the Covenant. Also, there was a jar of manna in the Ark of the Covenant. Y'all know what the manna was. The manna was when they were hungry in the desert, and God fed them manna every day. It was a jar of manna in the Ark of the Covenant. And also in the Ark of the Covenant, there were the 10 Commandments.
All right.
The Aaron's rod was about God's power. Manna was about God's provision.
All right.
The word was about his direction.
All right.
So we got to remember this about the Ark of the Covenant when we think about it. You got to think about the Ark must represent God's presence,
All right. Amen.
God's power,
God's power.
and God's direction.
Heaven, we come this day to celebrate the blood that you shed for us.
Thanks,
all.
Lord. Thank you.
We come this day, dog. Thank you for the milk. We need that milk sometime for us to act to the crown.
Yes.
So I say to you this morning that we're going to take this cup. And this cup is for when God went on shed his blood.
Yes.
You know what God said, that if you believe in your heart that he is the one that saved us from all of our sins, then you drink this cup and drink. But the bread is for his broken body.
Yes.
When his body was hanging on the cross and it's a broken body, and he said then, this bread is for my broken body. That's joined and let you believe and know that I've been through blood and I've been through a broken body, but I still stick with you and I still forgive you for all your sin.
Yes.
In Jesus' name, the precious name of Jesus. I know it's precious because he took me by the hand.
Yes. Wow.
Bless you.
He took me by the hand
Yes. Thank you, Lord.
and he led me.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you, Lord.
I love him so much.
Yes.
I love it, but I got over that. I got over it. But like Pastor said, I might be in the middle, but I always will trust in God.
Yes.
And I know what he can do.
Yes.
He said, I'll never forsake you. I'll never leave you.
Yes.
And I believe that.
Yes.
And I thank you so much, Jesus, for my wife. And I thank you so
Yes.
for my
Yes.
children.
Yes.
And I thank you for changing my life.
Yes.
Lord.
Thank you,
I
Lord.
thought that I would never get here, but I made it.
Yes.
I made it. And I
That's
thank
great,
you
God.
all so much.
Yes.
But I'm in the middle of some things too. The middle will never go away, but you got the strength of God to keep you from the middle, and he'll move you on to the head.
Yes.
Thank you, Jesus.
Thank you.
Amen.
Amen.
If you would, we'll start on this side. If you would stand and you would start from the rear.